a Drop of Gold Tarot. All I did is open this box, just so you could see how things were packed. And I'll take things out, and then once I have done that, I want to chat a little bit. So, okay. I just had opened it so you wouldn't see my address on the outside. So, this is the Literary Tarot, and it is it was a Brinks project. It was a Kickstarter. That is a gorgeous book. I love the embossing on it. All right, so let's just talk about this real quick and kind of get it out of the way. Anybody who backed this deck on Kickstarter is well aware. So this was on Kickstarter in 2021. It was one of the stretch goals was to have a fulfillment center ship orders. It was supposed to make it a lot cheaper in the Kickstarter campaign, and it is still there if you want to go look at it. There was a link to the estimated shipping costs. For the deck itself, the shipping cost was estimated to the U.S., because I'm in the U.S., was estimated going to be $9. And to add on the big book, it was going to be another $2.50. And then these were supposed to ship in April of 2022. So if you don't know about it and you really want to know about it, you can obviously go to the Kickstarter campaign, read through all of the comments that have been on there. But I paid for shipping at a much greater rate than $11.50, probably 3 times that. The literacy project, they weren't, timelines. I'm so used to timelines being skewed on Kickstarter. I'm actually surprised when they're not skewed. Excuse me as I take a sip. So I back a project on Kickstarter, and then I try to forget it. In fact, I had to go look before filming this to see exactly when it was backed, exactly when it was supposed to be fulfilled, and all those kinds of things, because I couldn't remember. So I'm not miffed about that. Some people get miffed about that. For me, it's the nature of Kickstarter. And the fact that I actually have a deck and book in my hands is wonderful. I didn't get scammed, so I'm happy with that. But after the deck was supposed to be released, was ready to be released, there were shipping issues, which unfortunately are not uncommon these days. And they decided to go with a different fulfillment company, or maybe the same one. I don't even remember. Let me look and see if I can. No, it looks like it was. If they may not have said who it was in the original campaign when they said that they had unlocked this shipping fulfillment center. But the prices, once they sent out the quotes, were, like I said, 3 times as much as what we're expecting. So for some people, and my quotes were a lot less expensive here in the U.S. than some people had, like in Canada and other places. And then there was 2 fulfillment companies. There was one that I believe serviced like Europe and Asia, and then another one for other areas. So kind of like an Eastern Western Hemisphere type thing. So some people were getting their decks, and some people still are not getting their decks. Their decks were being held up. There was a lot of like back and forth about that on the Kickstarter campaign, a lot of comments. And then when they did release the shipping costs, and they were 3 times as much as they were supposed to be, of course, a huge uproar about that. I think I paid half as much as this deck and book cost in order to get it shipped. The shipping issues are still not resolved. There are still people waiting for their decks. Because the creator of this project is trying to get down shipping costs, because what the fulfillment company that they're going with now has quoted them is charging is not what they were quoted. This is not my first campaign dealing with a shipping company and having this happen to a creator. If anybody says they're going to go and look at the campaign, I'm not going to say it here, but go look at the campaign if you're interested. Look at who's shipping. If anybody creator says they're going to ship with this shipping company, I would just probably stay away from it in the future. People are upset because I guess you can buy this, like somebody's seen it in shops to be purchased without the shipping costs, so it's cheaper. I don't see it to be purchased online. I live in an area that's not super, I don't know, I want to say tarot friendly. It's kind of a fundamentalist Christian area. So the retailers that do sell decks, I only know a couple of them that will sell an occasional indie deck. So most of them are mass market. So I have not seen it around. I did search for it online before this video. I do see a website for it, but it's not up for sale yet. If it was up for sale earlier and they took it down, I don't know. I just am thinking about the comments I skimmed. I finally just wanted to stop reading all of the creators' updates on Kickstarter, and I wanted to stop seeing everybody's comments. So I paid the shipping fees. They're what I call ransom fees. I feel like I ransomed, this deck was ransomed to me. Not by the creator, but by the shipping company. I believe it's the same shipping company that Octopus Tarot went through, and now that creator is having to take odd jobs to still try to pay off the legal hassles that ensued from that one. So I paid it, and then I waited, and I still didn't get anything. And I emailed the creator and said, I've paid these fees. I paid them a long time ago, and I was told I'd get shipped within like 3 days, and it's been weeks. And the creator got right back to me, super right back to me, and was like, we've kind of put a hold on everything as we're arguing about it. I can send them an email and have them release your deck, but then you won't be eligible if we get to talk them down in prices. And it kind of sounds like they're going to talk them down like on $2 on the packaging out of 8. And then I don't know what on the shipping, but I'm just done. I just want my deck. I just want to be done with it. So I said, I don't care. I've already paid the money. It's already out of my account. And from all the hassle with the Octopus Tarot and how much they ended up giving back, they didn't give everybody back like what they ended up charging people who hadn't paid for it. They ended up giving people back like some little bits of money. And to me, it just I want to be done with it. So that is the drama around this deck. For me, the drama around the Octopus Tarot did not ruin the Octopus Tarot for me. It did not ruin the creator in my eyes, and I would have to say it's the same for this deck. I would hope that people who are creating decks and looking at fulfillment centers might maybe go check out these 2 campaigns and see who they use to avoid them. But my beef is not with the creator. I think they get stuck, and they get made promises, and I don't know how this shipping company gets away with it, whether there's like super loopholes in the fine details or what. But so I'm just happy to have this deck. I'm interested to see the quality of the deck. I have seen a couple pictures on Facebook. I think like 2 pictures on Facebook. Didn't really talk a lot about the quality of the deck or anything like that. So So let's get into it. Let's get into it. This is a Brink literacy project. It was a project to help raise funds for, I can't even remember what. Isn't that bad? I could look. Hold on. I have my computer up in front of me. So let's see. We unlocked a whole bunch of stretch goals. We unlocked Gilded Edges, higher card stock to 300 GSM. Gold foil book boxes, free postcard set. I'm not sure if I got the postcard set. A gold foil mini guidebook, a big guidebook add-on, new big book cover, gold foiled big book, and a tarot cloth add-on. I did not purchase a tarot cloth add-on. And then the fulfillment center got unlocked, which they said would heavily drive down the international shipping and handling. And maybe it did. I'm not an international, so I don't know. Unlocked a big box, a book box ribbon, a big guidebook gilding, and the free enamel pin never got unlocked. So, I'm looking for it. It's a nonprofit dedicated to changing the world through storytelling. So, I don't know. I'm going to click. I'm so sorry. You can't see what I'm seeing. I'm looking at my screen. I'm looking at it. I'm trying to decide what it is that this was. On their page, it talks about how many adults, children, and prisoners are classified as functionally illiterate, or low illiteracy. Their Brink Literacy Project uses storytelling to break this cycle. So they have university partnerships, youth writing programs, and Frames prison program. So that's what Literacy Project does. So still a good cause in my book. So yes. Should we start with the book, the deck? Let's start with the book. We'll just look at the book real quick. That's a gorgeous book. Let me see if I can get it open without scratching any gilding. Oh, you guys don't want to see my calendar, my work schedule on my phone. So let me open this up. I am a sucker for a beautiful book. I love it. Okay. So, are we far enough out or up on the table so that you can see the book? I think so. Well, mostly. We're a little bit off, but kind of just black end pages. Oh yeah, look at this. So here we're talking about the Brink Literacy Project, like what it does, the origin of it. So we're going to get some information on that. And then we're going to get information on tarot, how to set up a tarot reading, some basic spreads, and then we go into card meanings. Ooh, you can hear that cracking as I'm kind of breaking that gilding a little bit. So each page has got a full page picture of what the card's going to look like. Collaboration, it looks like it's talking about the artist, and then the literature, the book that the picture is created on, and then we have our meanings here, our upright and our reversed. And then here, some lines from whatever the book or play or we kind of have King Lear by William Shakespeare. It's going to tell us Age of Innocence, Frankenstein by Mary Shelley for the Hermit. Oh, I love that. Count of Monte Cristo, Moby Dick. So, okay, so our suits are renamed. We have Ink. By Terry Brooks. Paired by Terry Brooks. Oh, interesting. Okay. So, 4 of inks. Gosh, does inks look like it might be wands to you? I mean, I kind of expect it to be cups, but strife, discord. It looks like it might be a wand suit. We've got light. I would think the light should be wands. I don't know. We've got light. We've got quills. And parchment. And then it looks like we have, are these alternative cards? We might have, oh, these are the booster pack cards. And then some information about the progress of the cards to the final art. Oh, that is interesting. I do like that. And then some artists. Information about artists, about the authors. There we go. Okay, so that actually looks like it's going to be very good. I'm very interested in that. I have a dog that's was outside and is scratching my back door to get in. So before he ruins my door more than he has, I'm going to go grab him, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I did find a page where it talks about the renaming and the logic. So ink is wands or clubs. Light is cups. Quills are swords, and parchment is our coins. So that is, it talks about the logic of the renaming. So that, just so you have that information there. And so then let's get into the actual deck. And again, let me see if I can get it open without ruining anything here. All right. And let me make sure I'm still in frame. I didn't put like I usually put some crystals out to make sure that I stay in frame, and I had not done that. Okay. All right. So we do have a magnetic box like this. I do love that. Still talking about a nonprofit. I don't see is there a ribbon to get it out? Okay. So this is the little white book. In here, we're not getting the pictures, but we are getting a page and just about the deck, not much about what went into making decisions about the choices that were made for the different cards. And then, oh, okay, so all right, I have a ribbon, but I also have like this cardboard cutout. And then the deck is going to be like huge in there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to leave it in this box. I mean, it's kind of a cute box. And this is what I've got. I've got this ribbon onto this cardboard. Why do you do this? Don't do this. If you're a creator, don't do this. Make this book smaller. There was plenty of empty space in here. This could have been made smaller. Make it fit the same size as the actual deck. If you need to make it a little thicker so that you have to make it the same size as the deck, and make the box the size of the deck without the insert. And even with the insert, if you're going to do an insert, make the insert the size of the deck so it's not like flailing around in there. And look, as I'm lifting this up, I'm going to be like, I'm trying to lift up. Oh, I guess I put the ribbon. I didn't put the ribbon underneath it right way. Okay, my bad. Let me do it this way. So I guess I can use that. I can lift it up. And it's a cute box, you know. They made it look like a book with a lock on it. It's kind of a cute box. The printing detail, you know, it doesn't look real, but it's a cute idea. And, you know, and okay, I'm like tearing apart the box, but just remember this was meant to be a fundraiser. So, okay, I'm going to forgive it. I'm going to forgive it because it's a fundraiser, right? For a good cause. Literacy is a good cause. All right. So the back of the decks with foil on them, and they are very pretty. Not a rose petal, but a nice matte feeling to them there. I do have a glittery gilding edge. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's going to be stuck together. I know they look clumped right now, but I'm not getting that like I have to peel them apart feeling. So let's flip through them. Now, I'm not going to know all these references. I haven't spent time like looking at the book. The campaign was such a long time ago. I can't remember, but let me come in, focus in. Is our lighting good? Could our lighting be better? Our lighting probably could be better. I don't really have much sunlight with me today, unfortunately. Is that slightly better, I think? I know my camera's shaking. I'm so sorry. Okay, let me come in a little bit. I'll move the deck down. I'll move my crystals in so I stay in frame. And then hopefully you can see it a little bit better. So of course this is Don Quixote. I've actually never read this book, but I was in the Man of La Mancha in high school, you know, production of it. So the Magician, High Priestess. I have to say the coloring on here is really nice. It is, I don't know, it's not a super glossy deck, but I'm not sure I would call it a matte either. But there is like gold foiling on the front of the cards, and the colors are good. I like the coloring on them. Emperor, the Hierophant. Now I find myself wishing I had like a list of all the books that they were from, just so I could sit here and tell you as we went through it. But Lovers, the Chariot, Strength. So I'm not having any hard time getting the cards apart. The Hermit, Wheel of Fortune, Justice, the Hanged Man. Oh, and isn't that interesting? There's like, it does make me really want to know what this is. Because there's different pictures up here. Anyways, all right. I'm assuming that's Dracula and Minna. But, Temperance. Moby Dick is the devil. I like it. I can deal. Tower. Ooh. Star. Moon. And the Sun. That's got to be a Black Beauty reference. I love the book Black Beauty. Judgment. the world. Ink. So ink, we decided, was wands. I do think these renderings are gorgeous, the artwork in here, and I'm a sucker for a little bit of bling bling, so the foiling on here, yeah, I like it. I do like these backs. They are reversible. Are they? Not quite. Not quite. Close enough, though. The book's a little different, but I don't read with the reversals, so it wouldn't matter to me if it wasn't. But if you don't look at it too hard, you could get away with it. Ooh. Gosh, I like that. What is that book from? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just going to have to, every once in a while, I'm going to have to just look. Let's see the 9 of ink. I suppose I could just be going around with it. It's The Most Dangerous Game by Richard Connell is the book. I don't know what book that is, but now I want to go read it. That's got to be the Scarlet Letter. That looks like a Dickens something or another. Tom Sawyer, maybe? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Oh, we got Regency there. That's like Pride and Prejudice all over it, but who is our Queen of Ink? Our Queen of Ink. It is from Pride and Prejudice. Woohoo! And it was, oh, it was Huck Finn, not Tom Sawyer. That makes sense. War of the Worlds. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. The aesthetics are making me want to put more books on my to-be-read bookshelf on Goodreads. Yeah. We're at the 7 of Light, and I think we decided light was cups. Page of Light, yeah. We got the water and the fish. Yeah, it's got to be cups. Knight of Light. Queen of Light. King of Light. Okay, now we're on to the quills. Quills is a sword suit. Let's see which way they've gone with the sword suit. You know, I don't even know that I looked all that closely at all the pictures that were done. And I know they weren't all done when the campaign was up, which is another reason I knew it was going to take a while to get here. But let's see if they went with like quills and swords being like mind and logic and knowledge and that sort of thing. And it looks like they've started out that way, right, with Sherlock Holmes, right? And 2 and 3. Oh, okay. Sorry, 3 of Swords is like my favorite card, and I've got to look. The Monkey's Paw. I have never even by W.W. Jacobs. Okay, if you know that story and you have read it, please comment below and tell me about it. I'm fascinated, as I am with a lot of these stories. And I have even read part of Moby Dick, and that is not my favorite author to read. Herman Melville is just the wording of the language is so hard to get through for me, maybe not for others. Confidence Man was so hard to get through. Four of Quills, I like that. I really do like that as like a place of rest. Five of Quills. Six. Huh. Metamorphosis, huh? Okay. Seven. I'm so interested now. Oh, and Edgar Allan Poe, The Black Cat. Eight of Quills. Nine of Quills. Macbeth. Okay, okay. I'm feeling you there. 10 of Quills. Oh no, my 10 of Quills is like... Oh no. Do you see it? Do you see the card? It is folded, or... I don't know. Maybe it just had some cardboard on the edge. It looks like I got rid of it. It doesn't look like it's damaged. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. All right, 10 of Quills. Heart of Darkness. I did finally get around, by Joseph Conrad. I did finally get around to reading that. And, oh, is this going to be like The Importance of Being Earnest? It is! Oscar Wilde's Importance of Being Earnest. Sometimes I can just tell. Sometimes I can't. Sometimes I can. Knight of Quills. It's... Queen of Quills. Let's see. This is a card that I always identify with. This is from Beowulf. Okay. And the King of Quills being Meditations. All right. All right, by Marcus Aurelius. Okay. I'm good. I'm good. Ace of Parchment. That does look like it's going to be in like an Alice Through the Looking... Oh, it's a secret garden. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. And Parchment is cups. No. Parchment was pentacles? Yes, I believe so. Yes. Parchment is pentacles. Okay, this got to be like A Tale of Two Cities. So, you know, the juggling the opposites kind of thing. Three of Parchments. I'm going to say that that is a Three Musketeers. Four. I don't know what that is offhand, but I'm intrigued by it. Yet to come. Present. Oh, this has got to be, oh, the past. Charles Dickens, yeah, Charles Dickens. Oh gosh, you're probably screaming at me. Christmas, Scrooge. Yeah, that whole Christmas Carol. That's what it is. Is that? Yeah, it is a Dickens. Okay. Why could I not think of A Christmas Carol? I'm like Tiny Tim, and I'm like thinking of all the things, but. Huh. Five of Parchment. Persuasion by Jane Austen. Six. Les Miserables. That makes sense. Seven is like the land of the lost of some sort of thing. The Lost World. Oh, okay. Land of the Lost. I think that was like a TV show when I was a little kid, and they had like the Sasquatch. I looked like lizard people. Anyways, I think they did a reboot of that, but I remember the original one. Anyways, let's see. Eight of Parchment. That's got to be Phantom. Nine of Parchment. Oh. I don't know this book. 10 of Parchment. Paris. Blonde. Gentlemen prefer blondes. And I've never read the book. I've only seen the Marilyn Monroe movie. So, isn't that one where she's like a rich wife and then she doesn't have to worry and so she'll be happier and can keep her husband happier? Anyways. Page of Parchment. Romeo and Juliet. I kind of was looking for another person to see if it was like a Cyrano de Bergerac, but it looks like a Romeo and Juliet. Knight of Parchment. What's it say? Barsoot. I'm not familiar with that one. Queen of Parchment. Wow. I think she looks a little colder than what I would have thought a Queen of Parchment would look. And they do have the Snow Queen as the book, the Snow Queen by Hans Christian Andersen, the story. And I don't know if that fits what I would think of for the Queen of Pentacles. I don't think of her as being cold at all. And then the King of Parchment, and that's got to be the picture of Dorian Gray. So there is those. And then does this one have, let me see if this little book has the, okay, the little book does not have the booster pack, which I did get. So let's open up the booster pack and see. What we have here in the booster pack. Okay, still same card backs, same gilding, so it'll mix in well. We have a couple alternative lovers. I like it. I like it when they do that. So the original lovers in the deck, let's go back and find it, is here. And then we have some alternatives. Love that. And then we have an alternative for the Magician. And for the Moon card. Is that like a Peter Cottontail? For the Star card. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Let's see how they compared though to like the ones that were in the deck. Okay, so there's the lover cards. Okay, this is the extra Magician, the extra lovers. Let's look at the Moon. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie. Okay. So it's very like Alice in Wonderland. And that looks like a Peter the Rabbit or a Peter Cottontail. And then Star. We have this one, which I do like. But this one is absolutely gorgeous too. Oh, and two different death cards. Oh, look at that. Okay. Let's go find the other death card. So then there's this death card or there's this one. Oh, look at that. Okay, and what book is this from? I'm not going to find it in the regular thing. Let me go to the big book because the big book does have the boosters in it. And it will tell me what they're from. Let's see. Where are the boosters? Oh, that's a progress. Okay. So the booster pack has Magician from okay, I'm going to bring this over because I'm going to pronounce it really bad. Ananasi, I'm saying it really bad, from Aiken Folklore. And then we have Lovers from Hades and Persephone, or The Lovers from the Iliad. And then Death, we have The Mask of Red Death by Edgar Allan Poe. The Star, Amaterasu and the Cave. That is another story that it's a Japanese myth, it says, that I am not familiar with. And the Moon, The Rabbit of the Moon, and Eastern Folklore. Okay. So that's for the booster pack. I'm going to put the booster pack over to the side. Things I like. I do like the fact that there is like let me think of examples, like in the Pride and Prejudice cards, there's people of color. I do see some older people in here. Everybody is pretty good looking though. Like, that's okay, I get. I mean, I don't know all the stories to know if everybody's always good looking in all the stories, but some of the ones that I do know, it makes sense. The way characters are described. Let's see, that's kind of a sharp gilding. Let's see how it shuffles. Let's see how it shuffles. I should probably back out because I don't know if I'll be able to stay in frame while I'm shuffling. Back out a little bit more. Okay. All right, here we go. It's pretty stiff. It's the gilding that's making it stiff. And they are pretty decent size. Let's see how they compare size-wise. Do they just feel big because they're so thick? They might. So, you know, I just did a walkthrough or a flip through on Seeking Soul Tarot, and I'd say they're probably about the same size of card as that, which was just slightly bigger than a Llewellyn. Thickness-wise, though, they are pretty darn thick. Like, kind of putting that up for a comparison. And that doesn't bother me. I've got, you know, I don't know that I've got huge hands, but I don't have tiny hands. So having a larger card is not really, or having a thicker deck is not, I don't mind it at all. Okay, it's a little easier to shuffle that second time. It's probably one of those that's going to get easier to shuffle over time. It slides together just fine. Just kind of have to break in that gilding, which means you probably have to like let it be chipped and rubbed off and stuff like that. And that's okay. I like matte gilding a lot, but I do this deck just with all of the gold on the front and the back. I think having the shiny gold on the edges is appropriate, just so they kind of fit the motif. Let's do a little hand over hand, in case you're a hand over hand shuffler. Not too bad. And 3 cards. Shall we just pull 3 cards and see what they have to say? I'm going to have to, oh, this might be a little hard because it's not the normal suit, so it might take me a minute to kind of decide what suit I'm in. Let me see. almost makes me nervous to do it on camera because I'm like, ooh, am I going to be able to read it when I don't know the suit that well? Okay. Oh, well, the devil, that's easy enough. And the tower, I obviously did not get it mixed very well. So this is not going to be, no, yeah. Did not get it shuffled well, so that's not going to be a good reading. The devil, the tower, the sun. I mean, how do you even, the devil, the tower, the sun. Things are going to change. It's going to feel like crap, but it's going to all be okay in the end. So, you know, hold on. Yeah, like, keep your boots on, your feet firmly on the ground, and shit's going to fly, but at the end, it'll be fine. So, yeah, I obviously did not shuffle that very well. But, so this has been the Literary Tarot by Brinks Literacy Project. Overall, how do I feel about it? I think it's a gorgeous deck overall. I do. I am glad that I just paid the shipping. Am I glad the shipping cost as much as it did? No. Am I happy with the company that they went with for shipping fulfillment who rips everybody off? Absolutely not. But I am glad I paid the shipping and I have the deck and I no longer have to look at the updates. I probably won't go back and look at them at all. Sorry about the shaking camera. But I do like the deck. I like it a lot. So if you can find this deck at some point somewhere when they have finished fulfilling everything and you're not paying half the price of the deck for shipping, yeah, I would say it's good. It's good. And I like the bonus cards. When I first looked at these bonus lover cards, to be honest, I thought this was a guy and a guy at first sight. And to find out that it's not, I thought this was a girl and a girl. So to find out it's like Persephone and Hades, and they are like traditional cisgendered, even if she was like playing up as a soldier to be with him, whatever. It's actually a little sad. I thought we were going to get a little like diversity there too, but it's okay. I mean, it's yeah, it is what it is. And I still like the deck, so I'm not going to quibble about that. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, I love it when they do this. I thought they were doing something different than what they did. So that's why I said I love it when they do this. If I had realized that they were not, that they weren't, if I had realized that all of the lovers were male, female, I wouldn't have been like, oh, I love it when they do this, because it doesn't matter to me which male-female couple I have as a lover's card. What I like is when I have options. So if I'm reading for somebody who has different preferences, that I could put in a card for them that would speak more to what their preferences are. I like that. So, but I'm not going to ever say no to extra cards. So we're okay. But it's a gorgeous deck. It's a thick deck. The gilding is super pretty. I think that the artistry on it is good. I love the bling, bling, bling. I'm obviously going to have to shuffle it a lot more before I use it. It is a little harder to shuffle. I think I'll be able to break it in, though. I've been able to break in almost every deck I've ever had. It's not really been a big issue for me. Big decks, even rose petal finish, once I shuffle enough, they start shuffling better and they don't stick so much. So that for me is not a big issue. So yeah, there is a literary tarot for you. And this has been Ray at Drop of Golden Tarot. I have not ordered as many decks. I have a lot of decks. I have well over 100 decks, so not as many as like some YouTubers, but enough for me. I've kind of, the end of last year, the beginning of this year, I started, slowing down my acquisition and like trying to wait for things to come in. Because I'm in this sphere now where like, oh, I use this for this, and this kind of these are similar, and this is my favorite out of the two. So I did just recently rehome probably about 7 or 8 decks, a couple which I sold and a couple which I gave away. And I probably have some more. I need to go through my shelves and do that in again. So I'm starting to get like a little pickier, I think, on my decks. I do have a couple that I've pre-ordered. I did order the Baba Studio Bohemian Gothic, Romantic, Gothic, whatever. As in the edition that they're not going to do it again. I did order that. I looked at Terra Volatile, and I really want to buy it, but I really don't want to pay that much. And it seems like maybe it's a deep deck, and I have some deep decks that I haven't gotten into the way I need to already, so I don't feel like I can add like another one to my collection right now that I know I don't have to study them, but I feel like I'm required to study them before I read them, and I'm already like 3 decks like in to decks that I feel like I need to study before I use them. So I don't feel like I should be adding another one of those to my collection right now. I hope that they reprint it again in the future. Maybe I'll be in a better spot for that. I don't know. I don't think there's a lot of other decks that I have purchased recently. And I actually haven't been on Kickstarter much recently. But I'm still reading. I still love my tarot. I guess I'm going to have to go back to the beginning of the year. I was going to do more reviews on decks that I've used a lot. I maybe need to, I do need to, not maybe need to do that. I do need to do that. Instead of acquiring things. If there's any deck that you saw on my shelves in my opening video that you would like me to go through a walkthrough of and talk about how I use it and how I feel about it, please, go ahead and feel free to comment below. I always forget to ask people to hit the like button if they like this video. You don't have to if you don't want to, though. I watch lots of videos and I forget to like them, so that's okay. I'm not doing it to make money, just to kind of have fun. So, yeah, this has been Ray at Drop of Golden Tarot, and I'll see you when I see you again. In the meantime, stay healthy, stay happy, be safe. Bye-bye.